A good day, everybody. Welcome to the latest edition of Daf Discussions. We are going to be discussing right now Masechta Shabbos Daf Chav Ches. And although today's Daf was Chav Tes, I'm a day behind. We do plan on catching up eventually. Especially there's a few blot of Aygadah, so I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be doing with that. So we'll do Chav Tes tomorrow, and hopefully it'll be good. We are going to be discussing the Dalid and the Yud of the Tefillin. Understanding a little different sheetas of the Rishonim what it is, and as well as the concept of mina mutter beficha. So you have to really see the gemara. I'll give you a little background. Rav Yosef says, that for Melechet Shemayim it's only mutter or behema tahir. Now the gemara was trying to figure out which case of Melechet Shemayim, which is a very general word, what was he referring to? So the gemara said, "L'may hilchasa." So the gemara first wanted to say L'tefillin. It's referring to the klaf of tefillin. Rav Yosef says you need a behema tahir for the klaf of tefillin. Asks the gemara on that, Tefillin b'hed yiksiv behu l'man tiyeh Torah Hashem beficha and mutter beficha. That the Torah Hashem has to be written on something which is mutter beficha, and Torah Hashem is Tefillin. It's right next to the parsha of Tefillin. So you see from there it needs mina mutter beficha, something kosher. So obviously you need to behema tahira. So the gemara wanted to say no. Elul oiran, which means the tefillin boxes. They have maybe that's what mina mutter beficha was. But the gemara no. V'amar Abaye shin shel tefillin aloch l'Moshe Misinai. That the shin which is written on the shel roish, that's a lochel Misinai. So Rashi explains. So since there's a shame of a shin, so there's also a ksiva on it. So it also has to be mena mutter beficha. So if you don't need Rav Yosef's chiddush of loich shel not shemayim stamazay, it needs mena mutter beficha. So the Gemara's maskana was the ritzuos, and the Gemara says it is also ritzuos as a lochel Misinai. The Gemara says nehi the gemiri shchayros tahiris migemiri, that we know about ritzuos a lochel Misinai, but we do not know that it has to be tar. And obviously, there is no problem with regards to Ritzuos. That's clear what the Gemara is saying, which that is a topic of our discussion. Why not? We'll see soon. But so the Gemara of Yosef said a new chiddush that afil hachi needs to be tar. Okay, so there's numerous questions on the Gemara. We'll start off. R Akiva Eiger has a tremendous question. He says on GIlyon Hashas, the Gemara said it can't be the shel roish because of the shin. So the Gemara came out it's the shel yad. If you got chulis, I'm sorry. The Gemara came out that it's the Ritzuos of the shel roish or the shel yad. Frankly, R Akiva Eiger, why don't you just say it's the shel yad? The shel yad doesn't have a shin on it. There's no ksav. There's no mina mutter beficha. So that's Rav Yosef's chiddush. Bam kash R Akiva Eiger tzarachin. He doesn't have an answer. One question. Now, next question. Shitas Rashi over here. Rashi says, what is mina mutter beficha? He says the shin on the shel roish, the dalet in the back of your head, and the yud. That's all halacha l'Moshe Misinai. Tosfos in numerous places in Shabbos, and later on in Samach Beis, not over here, in Menachos as well, and in Kedushin, other places, in Brachos. Also, he asks a kasha from our gemara itself. The gemara's maskana was Ritzuos. What's the chiddush of for Ritzuos? Because Ritzuos there's no mina mutter beficha. If you're going to tell me the dalet and the yud is also a ksav of shakai, why the Ritzuos any different than the shel roish? In the shel roish, the gemara said there's a problem with mina mutter beficha because of the shin. So if it's Ritzuos, you have the same problem. You have a dalet on the Ritzuos shel roish and a yud on the Ritzuos shel yad. So therefore, Tosfos argues on Rashi, and Tosfos says that no, only the shin is lochel Misinai, not the dalet and not the yud. Now the Briskerov, he has a big Riches saying Masechta Sanhedrin, he holds a middle shita that the dalet and the yud is halacha Misinai, that there's a kesher and looks like a dalet, but it's not a ksav. But he proves from Rashi Menachos, it's not like that. Rashi holds that the shin dalet yud is mamish a real ksav. So he says it's mamish shver from this gemara. Another kasha to make matters worse, there's a Ran in Sanhedrin which I did not yet see inside. I just saw Mordechai Benet in his Pirush on the Mordechai Menachos in Ois Chav Ches brings it down. Daf Lamed Hey in Hilchos Tefillin. Mekan tema mashikosav Iran perik nigmar adin the Ritzuos have a guf kedushim shemdika shin v'yud kedisa perik mam madlikin. Iran says our gemara says the Ritzuos have kedusha because of the shin and yud. V'tema how the Ritzuos guf kedusha shemdika shin v'yud. V'tema hashin. But first of all, he asked there's no shin. I'm answering that question. The oid and all the shins on the tefillin. Another is adraba. Ma'oisu sugya mivin rai the leka b'Ritzuos so Hashem make meiser aminei rai Ritzuos have a guf kedusha. In fact, the Ran says our gemara is mavur the dalet and yud have kedusha. In fact, not only you tell me you're not answering the question, you tell me it's mavur. And mavur just the opposite. The gemara says Ritzuos doesn't have kedusha. The gemara says dafka the shin has kedusha, not the Ritzuos. So to answer this question, we're going to say as simply as side that B'shitas Rashi, the din of an mutter beficha applies only to the klaf, not to the diyai, the ink. We'll explain soon how that answers. Now, before you all stone me, say, what do you mean? I hear you all asking. Mutter beficha applies to everything. Anything that says shaychus to a mitzvah. Mutter beficha, everyone knows that. But I'll tell you, what about the Gemara? The Gemara says Ritzuos doesn't have a mutter beficha. That's the whole Gemara. The Gemara is trying to say that Ritzuos you need to do then only the shin. So you see, it's something special of something which is written in a mutter beficha. The Gemara. So what's the pshat? In other words, you need Torah Hashem has to be written beficha on something which is mutter beficha. You don't see that the diyai needs to be min hamutar b'ficha. Step one. Step two, even though the dalet and the yud are lechol imish Misinai, what are they? They're just ink. But the dalet is not a dalet until you're wearing it. When you see it, the yud is only a yud. The siruf, the fact that it's on the shalyad, there's a background. A ois is not a ois unless there's a background. So the dalet and the yud are only like ink. So memela, that answers the kasha on Rashi. The kasha was the ritzuos have a dalet and a yud. It's also a ksav. The teretz is no, because it's not a ksav. It's only a ois, and munamut b'ficha is only on the klaf. You're gonna say, what about the gemara said shin? The gemara first said that shin has a problem with mutar b'ficha. It's only a ois. The answer is the gemara's kasha wasn't because of the shin. The gemara's kasha was that because of the shalroish itself was a background for the shin. That was the gemara's kasha. That the tefillin shalroish needs min mutar b'ficha because there's a shin written on the tefillin shalroish. That was the kasha. Masha ein kain the gabi the ritzuos. There's nothing written on the ritzuos. All it is ink. There's no problem min mutar b'ficha on that. Now this would answer R Akiva Eiger's kasha. Half of a fellow. What did R Akiva Eiger ask? Why did the gemara say we're talking about the tefillin shalyad, where there's no shin? The teretz is, but the tefillin shalyad has a yud written on it. So the tefillin shalyad is also in a mutar b'ficha because it's the klaf for the yud. That's cool for nichla on the gemara's kasha. So you can't say tefillin shalyad, that's Rav Yosef's chiddush, because it's also a problem of min mutar b'ficha. And you could say perhaps that's what the Ran meant in Sanhedrin, that our gemara is mevur that the shin and the dalet and the yud have kedusha. What's the raya? Because otherwise the gemara would have said, like, because of R Akiva Eiger's kasha, otherwise the gemara would have said shalyad. Says right to Rashi from R Akiva Eiger's kasha. Only like gemara didn't say shalyad. Why not? Because Guvai says shalyad is also klaf for the yud written on the ritzuos. Now there is the Magen Avram in Simon Tosfos Pei Vav. He quotes a levush that doesn't hold. The Ramos says that shofar behemoth tmeya is possible. Tosfos Pei Vav at the end of Sif Aleph. So he quotes the levush. The levush says that's not true. We don't paskin of the problem of menamoter beficha. Zok the Magen Avram lo yim b'Shabbos daf chav ches. That time this is called Torah Tefillin. Zok the Magen Avram that the din of menamoter beficha applies to kol Torah kula. Applies to everywhere. You learn. He says you learn out from shofar that everything else needs a menamoter beficha, and the levush didn't look in this gemara. Well, I think that it wasn't mine in the gemara. I think the gemara is a raya fakert because from the fact the gemara said avadi you believe in. There's menamoter beficha we paskin like aber why ritzuos? Why is ritzuos worse than shofar? You learn out shofar from tefillin, and you learn out tefillin from tefillin. In other words, menamoter beficha you see in the gemara is a special than the gabi ksav of tefillin. It doesn't apply to shofar. So what's the Magen Avram saying? You learn out for shofar from tefillin, and you should learn out ritzuos also. So the only thing I can think of for the Magen Avram is that he means that he learns the chiddush of Rav Yosef is good for them, and menamoter beficha applies to everything. In other words, the gemara's kasha is it's meferish. According to Rav Yosef, it's meferish pasuk. The meferish pasuk is the klaf. Rav Yosef's mechadish made Magen Avram learns that you have Torah Hashem beficha everywhere. After that's shot in the Magen Avram. So from there you learn out to shofar as well. So Mamelo we answer R Akiva Eiger's kasha and the Rishonim's kasha on Rashi. Now you're going to ask me one more issue that there's a. They can ask me either dalet. If you tell me mutar b'ficha on the klaf, so you're wearing a dalet, it's on your head. Your head's not mutar b'ficha. The answer is mechataisi. There's a big arichas Rishonim see around in Nedarim daf samach that Limoshe, if you're allowed to eat midiraisa of b'sar adam, could be you're allowed to eat it. There's a iser of leisol of cover tigmri yimchayiv and kfura, but you see the chol of the isha once it's pierced, you're allowed to eat it. So the Ran says in the Nedarim daf samach, means a lot of Rishonim that be'etzim midiraisa. There's no issue b'sar adam. If you want, you can eat me up. No issue. Listen, I got you mustard, whatever you want. We're all set. There's no problem whatsoever midiraisa. So that's why there's no one mutar b'ficha. Have a great week.